Happy Sunday. I thought leo nitafanya hii kitu mapema. I thought leo nitakuja mapema, but somehow Sunday. Today as you can see siko kwa uniform. Leo ni Sunday na leo mi ubadilisha. So if you see me ulize kwa nini t-shirt ya black imeenda wapi? Hiyo ni uniform yangu ya this online stuff. I realized that having one set of clothes when I'm online ilinirahisishia maisha sana tena sana, and I just realized that it made my life very easy. I just having that one set of clothing made my life quite easy, and so thank you for everyone. It made my life very easy. So that's why you always find me the black t-shirt. So today the reason why I don't have it is because I'm always on that black t-shirt Monday to Saturday. So nikaamua acha ikuwe brand but leo ni Sunday, nilikuwa tu relax huko home and doing other stuff. So hopefully you had a good weekend. Me too. So as we said, from tomorrow we are having structured shows, but today we are just swinging it, just talking about anything and everything that we think there is something to talk about. And so join me here. So guys, I've just seen our government bloggers trying to sanitize this stadium. Can see how they are trying to sanitize. The Kenya shillings 44 billion raised with support construction of Taranta Sports City, a modern 60,000 seater arena that will position Kenya as a regional hub for global events. It will stimulate jobs, urban generation. So what kind of jobs are they stimulating? If I may ask. These, for me, what I think, okay, the building the stadium itself is not the issue. The issue is how they raised the money, how the bond was raised, and the cost of that bond. That's the issue. And the stadium looks nice. The stadium looks nice. Nakafiti. 60,000 seats. Yeah, tuko na Emirates. I think I need to visit it. I think I need to visit it. Inakaa fiti sana. I think the stadium looks awesome. Okay. So how do stadiums make money? If I may ask, do anyone knows? Because I think stadiums is events, and hii stadi iko wapi by the way? Just asking. Naona affordable housing hapa kando. By the way, hizi kanda za affordable housing, this affordable housing, hii stadi iko wapi? If I may ask. Okay. And why were they saying only 5% of works were done? Ama hii ndo 5%. But kama hii ndo 5% of the works have been done, 37% of the works have been done, it's 5% of the payment. Yeah, it's 35%, 37% of the works was already done, but the contractor amepata only 5% of the payments. Why? That's tricky dealing with Kenyan government. Okay. So okay, that's about it. So nimeona watu wa nini. I've seen there is this wedding I saw today. Where is it? My bookmarks. Bookmarks unaziweka ngapi? So I saw this wedding by these kids. He is the thread of the wepesi wedding. Who are these kids? Lakini majenzi. Is it hii ilikuanga real wedding ama ilikuanga nini guys? Hii ndo groom.
Mwenye pesa.
Is this a real wedding? Ama ni parody ama ni nini? Because nimeona hizi videos, I'm just asking myself, huh? And they have good convoys, huh? Who are the wepesi?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Beri hapa utoboi. Labda utoboke.
Watoto wa Kenya haki.
Labda utoboke. Ikia hivyo Kudinye. Kutombe.
Vitu sitaweka hapa. Nice guys.
Patanele muru. Wawe. Back to hapo.
Unajiita Gen Z. But then you can literally go and speak with these kids na ukose kuelewa na wanaongea tu Kiswahili. So is this wedding niambe niulizie hivyo kwanza.
Unaweza piga yuta na hapo. Jeshi ni yala. Hapo. Unajua watareresha. Unaamua utafute pesa. Ukaamua kutafuta watu maneno. Vijana vitongoji duni ndio wanapanda maibe.
Who are the wepesi? Acha nitafute wepesi ni akina nani. Akina wepesi ni akina nani? I have no idea ni akina nani. Are they musicians or something? Wanahama hizi gari bado ziko hizi mahama. Okay, this is awesome. Okay.
Unaonesha mmoja kwa hapana, usishuke. Nishawaambia buda. Wale kwa gari mko na VIP. Nyinyi mnajua hivyo. Hilo tunawachunga. Hata ufanye kufanya hizo vitu. Mkikaa mlipitia kama hata wewe uko unapona kumedi jo mtu anakuja kutulia. Hata utere umejitambua. Ule unamwambiaje tunamedi hivi tu mtu anapona kubuya kabla uongee. Lakini ukishauza mkuu wakati yoni yani kunajibondesha tu. Hili longo no. Sura mbaya longo.
Naona groom venye amevaa. Nilichekiwe nini nikakuwa like hata hakuna. So this is a video niliona. Hii video rada ndo nimeona. Hakuna hata music system, hakuna nini, nikasema acha nicheki na watu. Ni baba ya demu huyu ama? Hizi picha zimeskip wewe. Juu sasa after convoy kuna bride entrance. Hii ni bride entrance by the way. Kuna nyimbo. Okay. Okay. Ngoja nilicheki nini ya groom akiingia. Ngoja uone groom akiingia vejwa. Hey, by the way guys, wenye wana join in leo ni talking about anything and everything, as I said. It's talking about everything and anything. But if you have a question you have to ask, we can discuss. I'm here. It's just that I saw this wedding, nikasema, I may react on it or something.
Shangwe, hallelujah, shangwe.
Who are these kids?
Shangwe, hallelujah. Wewe wangu.
Pastor harakisha. Okay. Oh, ni musician huyu jamaa. Is this a music video ama ni nini ama ni video kweli? I'm still trying to figure out kama ni wedding ya kawaida hii ama ni wedding.
Ni kweli. Ndoa yetu.
It's like this is the groom, wacha tumuone. Maintain, what's happening in my internet? Okay, this was neither here nor there. So guys, karibuni. If you have any question, by the way, you can ask. I don't know what's happening in my internet.
Holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off.
Amesign, acha tusikie. So these are the hakukuwa na music system ama nini? Ando ilikuwa kwaya. Ama walienda wakapewa budget ya music system wakasema hata si tuna midomo. Nasema hata si tunaweza kuwa music system ya hiyo wedding. Yeah, this if it's a real wedding, this is for the ages. Kwa deco wamejaribu. They have really tried on the deco.
Juliet, Patelo na day. Love like this. Romeo na Juliet, Patelo na day. Pia mina die love like this, na die love like this, na die love like this. Pia mina die love like this, na die love like this, na die love like this. Pia mina die love like this. Mapenzi imenoga ni ya kukata na shoka punani everyday. Toka unasema shoga ni spoil na ganji, ni spoil na jewelry na mapenzi.
Nimesikia hizo lyrics za hiyo nyimbo. Anyway, that's neither there nor there, but I just wanted to see this wedding. Ni sawa. Okay. So how are you guys? How is your weekend? That was neither here nor there. Kwanga tu kitu ya kupitisha ya kupoteza wakati before people join. Yeah. I saw a guy. There is this guy called naitangwa nani? This YouTuber, Kenyan YouTuber by the name of Good Joseph. You know Good Joseph? Watu mnajua Good Joseph. You know Good Joseph? I saw Good Joseph saying that given 8 million, what would you do? Joseph. Sikuelewa what he was I really like Good Joseph by the way. Napenda Good Joseph, and he has some videos here and there, and so instead of building, this is the video he had posted. Akasema instead of building Kenya Shillings 8 home, do this instead and thank me later. So let's hear what he had to say, and we can
instead of building that 8 million home.
Okay. Jenga nyumba.
Let's say you have that 8 million with you and you want to build a home. How about you do this? And I'm going to share with you a very detailed way on how you can be smart with your money. And instead of taking the entire 8 million and tying down that capital.
But how many people have 8 million cash when they're building? You know, you build in stages. Majority of us, even those rich people, lazima ni kujenga inakuanga ni pesa. Either you're taking a loan to build, ama that is a mortgage. Because, you know, that house, ama your home is one of the biggest financial commitments you ever make. So, haikuangi like, it's not potato. So, I don't think there is anyone with 8 million in cash at Isaio. Yeah? Okay, but let's hear what he has to say.
There is a smart way of approaching it. Remember, I don't have a monopoly of all the ideas. I'm only sharing with you what I find it important. And I have a lot of people doing that. Check out on this video to the end so that you understand what I'm talking about. Okay. This is Good Joseph, and in case you're watching me for the first time.
There was a lady here who said she had 3 million. Perhaps whatever advice Good Joseph anatuambia, maybe may work.
Go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure that you subscribe. I usually share these kind of tips each and every day. Let's go ahead. Now, here you have yourself, say, a budget of 8 million. By the way, it doesn't have to be 8 million. Probably you have a budget of 4 million or something like that, or whichever the money that you have, and you want to own a home. So what happens basically if you have this amount of money? I'm assuming you don't have a parcel of land, so you simply get a fraction of it. Probably you're gonna take 2 million, go buy yourself a plot, 50 by 100 or whatever, and then build yourself a home worth, say, 6 million. 6 million, probably that will gonna get you like
bungalow.
4-bedroom house, bungalow, something like that.
Yeah.
Now you have your own home. Congratulations, and I would love you to own a home. What if you do this instead? Right now, as we speak, we have a new infrastructure bond that has been floated. We have 2 of them. We have one that is going for 7.5 years, and we have one that is going for 15 years. One for 7 years is giving you a tax-free interest of 12.5%. Okay. And the other one is giving you 12.9%, which is going for 15 years. So this is me thinking out loud. What if you decide to do this?
And what's the inflation? So, okay, let's do the math kwanza.
Instead of taking this entire chunk of 8 million and building yourself a home, how about you decide to invest in this infrastructure bond? Let's say you pick the one that is going for 15 years, okay? So you pick that one that is going for 15 years and you get that interest rate of 12.9%. So what is 12.9% of 8 million? And please allow us to go step by step. Take yourself a pen and paper and a calculator. I got my calculator here so that we can be able to verify all these figures. So I'm on my calculator. I'm looking of what is 8 per what is 12.9% of 8 million. I want us to see percent is what you get after every 1 year. Are we together? So that will give you this one multiplied by 1,032,000. That is what you
That was it. Okay, it's not happening, guys. Can you see me, guys? Okay.
get as your interest out of your 8 million at the end of the year. We all know that a bond or any bond, they usually pay you 2 times in an year. So instead of you getting this money at the end of the year, it's a whole long period of time to wait. You can simply, this money is usually divided into 2.
True. Yeah.
So this will give you 500,000. 516,000 if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I've done that offhand. So 500, if you want to 6, because this is what you get in a.
Yeah. This is what I say with such advice, huh? And this kind of thinking if your motive is off, or if you are just financial, if you are just thinking about the financial part alone, huh? If wewe kwako kila kitu ni finances alone, this kind of thinking may work for you and it may be for you.
This one
but bado 90
by
something.
6, you'll be able to get at least 86,000 each and every month. So you are getting how much? 86,000 each and every month. Now, hear me out. You've already invested your money. Now, what you do, let's divide this and come here. What happens now? You've invested your money. Now, what you do immediately after investing your money, I would suggest you get yourself a mortgage. Okay? You go to a bank and of course negotiate with your bank and they give you a mortgage. Mortgage, they tend to fetch you quite of a friendly interest when it comes to Kenya. Talk of 9% all the way to 12%.
Yeah.
Are you together? Let's say
9.5,
sorry, not 9% to 12%. Let's say you get an average of 10% of mortgage. Now, let's see if the mortgage works, it is the best. If you don't get a mortgage, then you can decide to get what we call a loan. We're going to find out the two options, what you are landing onto. Let's say you get a mortgage of 10%. If you get a mortgage of 10%, and let's say they give you a period of mortgages, usually don't exceed 15 years. It's usually the longest they can go. So
no, it's 15 to 25 in Kenya. See, yeah, you can get a 25-year mortgage. Even 30, see, affordable housing people are getting 30 years. Yeah. Okay.
You get a mortgage of 15 years. So 15 years, and they tell you each and every month, probably you're supposed to pay how much. Now, here I want us, me and you, to agree. It depends. For those who have ever taken a mortgage, and you take a mortgage of a house worth 8 million, how much do you think approximately they will ask you to be paying each and every?
We can do those math here. So, mortgage calculator. We can just do that math. Just, what do you think of these argument Akonayo? For those who are just catching up, so home sale price ni 8 million. So you've gotten a mortgage of 8 million. Payment years, amesema 15 years. Let me share this. Amesema 15 years. So calculate. Down payment is 0. So you'll be paying 81,000. 81,000. Okay. Si mbaya.
Every month.
81,000.
Okay, how much do you think? And how much do you think would be? And is this interest usually what do we call reducing balance, or is it constant like that? Assuming it's not a reducing balance, probably 10% of 8 million in a period of that month. Let's say, for example, these guys, they ask you to be paying them 70K each and every
It's
month.
81.
Are we together? So if they ask you to be paying them 70K each and every month, I want us to see if you pay 70K each and every month, let's see how much you'll be able to pay them, so that we can check out whether it's a logical interest for them to charge you in a period of 15 years. So if you take 70K, that's why I said verify, so that you get the correct
It's
figures.
81.
Are
Yeah.
we together?
81.
I'm
Shall
working
use
with the
81.
approximates of, I think, more than 4 friends of mine. They use this formula to own a home. Are we together? They are quite a little bit senior. One was around 40 years. The other one was a little bit like 42 years. Yeah, and others something like that. So 70K multiplied this by, this is a month, multiply this by 12, multiply this by 15. That will add up to
14
around
and
12,600,000.
million
I think that's a
at
logical
9%.
interest in a period of 15 years, isn't it? So let's stick with 70,000. Again, you can verify this. So if you get 70,000 each and every month,
so work with 81,000. That's according to this calculator. Yeah, let me share it. So whatever you are saying, 71,000. It's 81,000, not 71 or 70. So work with that.
or rather you're supposed to pay this mortgage 70,000 each and every month. Guess what happens now? So they give you the cash, you go build the home, and you have yourself a bond. Now you're taking a loan against the bond that you have, which is very much possible. Guess what happens now? The bond is giving you 86,000, while the mortgage is asking you for 70K. I understand one thing. They don't pay monthly. They usually pay after 6 months. But then you can have an arrangement of how you can be able to get this. Either way, you can be able to use this cash to settle around your what? Your loan here. Now, what happens here is that you're getting 86, they're asking you for 70. Now you're having a balance of around 16,000 with you.
For this,
now,
for the month
16,000,
that tumefanya, your balance is 5,000.
Of course, the bonds don't give you compound interest, they give you simple interest. So this 16,000, you'll be having it as an excess each and every month. So you multiply this by 12 to make it 1 year, you multiply it by 15 to make it 15 years. So how much are you going to end up with? So that is 16,000. Are we together? And remember, please verify the actual numbers and figures. You can even show up to any mortgage place and ask them, if they give you a mortgage of 8 million, how much are you supposed to pay in a month? Then compare and contrast with my number, then run it across.
I like Good Joseph the way he explains it. You have to do the math, yeah? But okay.
I said it is me and you having a discussion. It's not me telling you, hey, this is the actual. We are discussing. You know, with numbers, you have to get it right and you have to be smart. Okay. Now, this is 16 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 15. You'll have yourself 2.8 million. Okay.
For me, using this 8 million with a 0%, with nothing down payment, tumeona ni 5,000 balance. So with the 5,000 balance, you get roughly a difference of 5,000 instead of the 16.
Have yourself 2.8 million as an excess of whatever you're gonna get out of this money. Now, if you ask me honestly, instead of tying down this capital, you take a mortgage, or rather you invest on a bond, take a mortgage, pay all that bond throughout that particular period of time. And guess what happens after the 15th year? You'll not only have your 8 million back, but you'll have a home and you'll have an excess of 2.8 million. Is it not that amazing, honestly? I mean, seriously, if this doesn't work,
so one thing he has not told you is that the cost of that loan is not only on the interest or the money that you'll be paying. There is something called the processing fee. Yeah, and with the math that amefanya na 70K, but the reality is 81,000, and you're getting 86,000 from the mortgage, from the bond. So the balance is 5,000. But to get that 8 million, you're going to process that 8 million is about 800K. That's something that you should know. So loans, other than the interest they are charging you, there is the cost of loan before getting the loan also.
Else do you think it can work? So you have yourself a home. You didn't because at the end of the day, home is an amazing, let me call it, it's an asset. I don't think it's an investment actually. It's more, it's likely falling into a liability because you need to pay, you need to, service and all those kind of things. But it's quite amazing anyway to have a home. Okay, I 100% support it. Now, what happens? You'll be able to own a home because now you've settled down your mortgage in that period of 15 years. And meaning now you own a home, isn't it? A home, of course, which is appreciating in price, or in terms of, price, of course, it's appreciating. Before we say homes appreciate at a rate of approximately 3%, 3% per annum, 3%,
Okay.
3 to 5 or 3 to 7. It depends with the locality of your place and, of course, the structure that you did come up with. Now, see, after the 15th year, you have yourself a home that you own fully, you got no loans on top of you, and you have your 8 million that, of course, will be sent back to you automatically by the Central Bank of Kenya. And on top of that, you have an excess of 2.8 million. But again, go verify what will be the excess. Let's even say, okay, for the benefit of doubt, let's even say the mortgage is asking you for 86,000, meaning everything that you're getting from your bond. At the end of the 15th year, true, you will not have any excess, but you'll have a home and you'll have your 8 million. So for me, I think it's way good. I think it's way better if you are young and you're looking forward into investing. I think this is a better way of approaching that investment. It's like killing two birds with one stone. And
I don't think that's a good advice that's not good financial advice. That's not good financial advice. My thing with loans and banks is they can screw you up. They can really screw you up. So the best kind of real estate is real estate that you own outright. I am telling you, there is a freedom and a stress you get when you are having loans and some commitment. What if the government defaults? Because we have seen Ghana defaulting, some countries out there is defaulting, and you can't trust the Kenyan government. We cannot agree that the Kenyan government is a shit show. What if they default on those infrastructure bonds and whatever? Kama hii sasa hii ya Taranta. Do you think the government ama hii borrowing split tuko nayo itaendelea? People will someday loans tutaacha kupewa, and majority of the programs that our government works with ni loans. So do you think no, achana na loan. I was telling you guys, there is someone who built a house from 1995 to 2003. Akaijenga, ilikuwa apartment proxy yake ya kuishi, with zero loans, zero everything. That house, from that day, from after hiyo siku alimaliza, any money coming to him ilikuwanga pesa yake. So if you have been paying rent and something before building a home, this is what I would suggest. Now, the opinion, my position in this would be my position. This is my position. Right now, you're paying some form of rent, and you have raised that 8 million to build that house. Instead of going the way Good Joseph says, I would suggest this. Hiyo pesa umekuwa ukilipa rent, sasa juu umeweza kujenga, why can't you invest it now to the infrastructure boards? And then another good thing, you can spread them to many infrastructure boards. Si moja, you won't be stuck to one. And you can get those varying interest rates, nini. And you won't be fixated in one place. But avoid loans, bana. Avoid any loans. I don't think that's a good financial advice.
It's quite okay. The reason why I love infrastructure bond is because they tend to be tax free, and of course, I have not factored in the what do you call it, the inflation factor and what have you. But then, if there was an inflation, it hits both. Somebody may argue and be like, okay, it's 12.9%. Inflation in Kenya right now, as you speak, I'm making this video in July, inflation in Kenya is around 4.1%. So if you do the deduction there, somebody may argue way. But you forget even the house that is appreciating at 3%, subjected to inflation as well. So because also the currency of Kenya is losing its value. So if you are getting assuming that you're going to have an average inflation of 4.1% throughout of the 15 period of time, it simply means then your home is not gaining anything. Because if you're gaining at an average, say, of 3% and inflation is at 4.1%, don't you see you are at negative 1.1%? Again, I say this is a discussion. This is Good Joseph thinking out loud. This is Good Joseph trying to poke your numbers and trying to jog your mind a little bit and give you alternatives of what you should do or what you should think.
Let's see what the comment section. Wow, someone should be paying for this cause we are receiving for free. This is getting charged. Not in this power. Okay. Okay, let me like the video. So Joseph, we appreciate your play of numbers and here, but what we haven't really captured is inflation. Inflation is a killer of any savings. 8 million in 15 years factoring inflation is maybe like 4 million. 12.9% return with an inflation of 7% or more is just 5.9%. My dear, inflation is higher than officially stated that it's more like 10%. It's always better to buy assets than save. Yeah, true. No matter how much. MMF's bonds are good for short term or excess money, especially if, let's assume you are a millionaire. These things, you are yet to buy or build something and you are yet to plan yourself out. Assuming that, I think the MMFs and those bonds are good for those people with the huge chunks of cash. Si mtu anajijenga. Okay, some of us in our age group, especially 30 to 45, wengine wamejijenga na wako sawa. But most people building homes are in that age group. And in that age group, you are better accumulating assets than saving or doing these funny ideas, because assets fight against inflation. Mbaya assets hata hiyo shamba, it fights against inflation mbaya. Now I know people know that I don't like 50 by hazards. No, I don't. It's not that I don't like 50 by hazards. It's the idea of the 50 by hazards that we buy into, where you're buying rather than at tomorrow's value, at 5 years time value. That's the issue. Yeah. So this argument yake ya leo iko nje kidogo. I'm honestly not for that. I'm not for that kabisa. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about his ideologies of owning a home or something like that? What do you think? Is he right? Because I think these guys are financial advisor. These guys were kufanya financial advice. I think what they always push is the idea of maximizing returns on your money. Okay? And the moment you are trying to maximize returns on your money, you are suspect to risk. Kuna kitu inaitangwa risk. And the moment you are suspect to risk, you are suspect to losing your money. There, you sasa hata stress ya maisha inaingia. Unaona? Because now it's a strain. But working slowly is much easier than that. I read somewhere mtu alisema the first rule of investing is don't lose your money. Yeah? Whatever you have today, make sure you have it tomorrow. Mambo ya interest rates na nini, they change, they come and go. And the best way to save your money is by building something. That's assets. Create assets. You can create companies. You can create something, an asset. Something. But hiyo video nimekatana nayo kabisa. Nimekatana nayo kabisa. Yeah.
How to turn your 200,000 all the way
so
to
this
2
is
million
another video I want us to watch.
Free. This is Good Joseph, and that is exactly what I'm going to share with you here. And I'm going to take you step by step. And guess what? I'm going to share with you 3 options of how you can be able to do that. And the first option, it is the slowest option, meaning it takes a little bit of longer period of time for you to reach that particular figure. Then I'm going to share with you a moderate option. This one ain't going to take a lot of time, neither it's going to take a short period of time. And then lastly, I'm going to share with you the one that can make this to happen in a fastest time possible. So it is you now to weigh yourself and ask yourself, among the three options that Joseph has shared, which one am I gravitate towards upon? And then you can take the action and you can start investing and do something. In case you're watching me for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscription button and you can be able to be notified whenever I upload a new good video. And also on the comment section, come on, tell me where you're watching me from. Tell me what you're doing. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button. Let's get on the business. Let's start with the slowest option. This is where the money is working for you. You're not doing anything. You just put your money there, then you relax, then money is generating some cash. Okay? How do you go about it? Let's start with an example of investing in stocks. I am telling you, we can pick an example of an investment such as stock, and we can pick an example of, let me put this here on board. For example,
and don't say Kenyan stocks, because Kenyan stocks underperform. You know, there is this NSE index 20, index 25, index 10. They have all underperformed since the beginning. Unless juzi ndo zimepanda. By the way, if you invested money in 2015, 2016, ama earlier, like 10 years ago, you have lost money in the Kenyan stock market, especially on those indexes. The only good thing about the NSE ni financial bank, that's financial services, that's banks, and nini, and hii inaitangwa Safaricom, and Safaricom has almost 50% market share. So you see, it's not a good place to put your money. So in Kenya, tafuta other ways of investing in stocks other than the NSE, ama ukuwe na specific stock yenye you've been tracking, you have seen about it, you know everything about it. Like those people who invested in KPLC, you know, KPLC stock market, stock yake you underperform, I don't know why. And there was a time ilikuwa imefika almost 2-3 shillings. I was 4 shillings. I was wondering hii kitu nini inafanya 2-4 shillings hapo. So there was some funny for those people who bought it at that particular time, waliomoka, because what's the KPLC share nini today? Share price. The share price should be higher. It's at 10 shillings. It's at 10 shillings. So the stock market, so kama hiyo time you realize such an anomaly, it was the best. But sasa ulikuwa unaenda kutafuta stock za kununua, unapata kuda zenye zimeputiwa up for sale. So it was hard also to find that specific stock to buy at that time. Ilikuwa ngumu for people who are willing to buy pia, ilikuwa normal.
KPLC shares moved all the way from 1.4 shillings, that is 1 shilling and 4 cents, to right now as we speak is around 10.5 shillings. That money has literally 10x.
Yeah, but that was an abnormality because KPLC, the shareholding ya KPLC, ni kama kulikuwa na kabaya kanacheza huko ndani, ama insider trading ama something, because the share price ya KPLC iko ina make sense kukua, hata sikuwa najua ilifika 1 point. The last time nilicheck ilikuwa 2 shillings. Sikuwa najua ilifika at 1.4 shillings. Yeah, kulikuwa na kakitu kabaya tu kalikuwa nacheza huko ndani na watu. So that was an abnormality. But now as we are speaking, hata kupata hizo shares kununua ukienda kwa stock market, zilikuwa sometimes ulikuwa unazitafuta unazikosa. Yeah, because you know, for you to buy shares, it's someone selling, offloading. You have to find so kuna marketplace. The NSE is a marketplace basically. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Someone said insider trading is a big issue in Kenya. Yeah, kulikuwa na kabaya kanachezo because that's when akina Didi Nyoro bought a lot of shares. Yeah, so much. Kulikuwa na something, and you know, KPLC somehow it's connected with the government. Yeah, it's like a parastatal. So kulikuwa tu na kabaya. I can all say that for KPLC was an abnormality. But investing in the Kenyan stock market today, nimekwambia, if you invested in 2015, 90% chance you lost your money. And if you invested, that's 10 years ago. If you invested in those indexes, which is the safest way to invest money, wanakuambianga invest in indexes. What's happening with my computer? Yeah, it's always you're told invest in indexes. It's the safest way to invest your money. People lost money also there. So okay, I don't know.
In simple terms, if you bought your KPLC shares an year ago with 200K of viewers, guess what happens now? You should be having more than 2 million in your investment portfolio. And by the way, I think I should have shared this as the fastest way of multiplying that money. But anyway, this was a very special case. It does not mean that with shares or with the stocks, that money will multiply that crazy.
Obviously, if you find an anomaly kama hiyo KPLC inaofanya ka research kako, you should have invested. You should have invested. If you find, you are certain KPLC ingeanguka because first of all, it's a monopoly. It's basically a monopoly. Hata kama si monopoly, because there are people like huku Murang'a and Kirinyaga, I see there is a company producing electricity and also distributing. Wanafanya kazi ya KPLC na KenGen pamoja. So it's not a
and then after 1 year you'll get the 2 million. No, Joseph did not say that. I said this is a special case. Personally, I invested in KPLC shares, and I'm telling you, I bought my shares at 1.46 shillings, and right now they're at 10. Whatever I invested there, allow me to reserve that figure. Whatever I invested there has been multiplied by 10 times. If today
awesome.
I've not sold my shares, if today I decide to liquidate my shares, definitely I will get 10 times of what
itapanda
I
mpaka
invested.
40 or 50.
And I said this does not happen all the time, but investing in stocks can be a very good opportunity to grow yourself or to grow your money in a sort of kind of a lengthy period of time. For example, in less than 5 days ago, we had a new company that was listed in the NSE, that is Nairobi Securities Exchange. One share is only going for, let me put this aside.
Which company
is going for 5 shillings and 90 cents. That's like $5. If you buy these shares with your 200,000, you see, whenever we have a new IPO, we usually have a craze, and these shares can go all the way. Say it go.
Yeah, IPOs, you should avoid them also. Thank you, CPN Maranyocho. Yeah, IPOs. You remember Safaricom IPO? What were you on a 5 bob? And then ikakuwa oversubscribed, ikashuka to 2.5 shillings. And then sasa when the market stabilized, ikapanda sasa to where it is about 20 something shillings. But IPOs, Safaricom was a good company and you knew it was well run. That's why everyone was subscribing to. You remember Homeboys hata ikununuliwa. See, it was not subscribed at all. Kenya stock market bana. Things in Kenya don't happen the way Kenyans have a way of working that is quite different with other countries. You can't take the knowledge ya huku Kenya, unaweza toa pesa na huko majuu kuja ufikirie wenyewe ni mjanja na unajua systems, upate hakuna kitu unaelewa.
10 times of this amount of money. We are talking about 50 shillings and something like that. That is very much possible. And of course, you can resell your shares, or you can decide to get yourself into a stable, reliable companies, companies that have the history of being stable and also steady growth and something like that. You can buy yourself a stock and you let that money generate income over the time. Another slower way of growing this money from 200K all the way to 2 million, you can decide to get yourself in something called REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust. By law, whatever is made as the profit by the REITs company, they ought to share 80% of that money with the shareholders.
Yeah, that's what they should do. But vitu za Kenya bana inakuwa ngumu. Kenyans we have like you see these here kwetu hostels. I saw some financial figures being shared online, what they promised versus what is really happening. They are promising 7%, but if you do the math in reality, they're not giving that. Hiyo 80% haifikii wenye wana invest. I can assure you that.
You get what I'm saying? That can be a very good return. Another way, we are still on the slowest way. Another way of investing this money and get something you can be able to, though I was about to say the special funds, although the special
Yeah,
funds,
even in Kenya, if you are good, there are good stock brokers in Kenya. They are good even stockists. Kama sasa Dindi Nyoro has made a lot of money in the Kenyan stock market. But sasa hiyo inataka mtu diligent, kuielewa, kufuata trends, and you know trends ni insider trading, eh? It's all about getting the insider information. Hi, sir. It's all about getting the real insider information. And if you don't have those secrets and those hizo pinpoints, vitu zenye zita move stock, and basically you just need, what is it, look for easy commodity businesses zenye ziko traded, the financial businesses, that's the banks, and Safaricom. Na hii ya nini, kuna kampuni fulani inafanya real estate iko huko. Those are just the companies you should be following in Kenya.
you need a minimum of 250,000 and above. If you have like 250 somewhere, or maybe a top up of 50K, you can get into the special funds, which are giving you the returns of 20% or even more than that. But anyway, let's stick to our figures of 200,000. So you can also get this money and invest it in a money market fund. True, it will take you a lot of time. It takes a little bit of lengthy period of time, but ultimately you're not doing any top-ups. But if you can manage to do the top-ups on top of the 200 initial amount, well and good, you're gonna fasten the period of time. But if you just leave that money there, ultimately that money will multiply and grow something on top of that. So what have I shared? First, I've shared the stocks. If you ask me, I would say stock is the fastest way to reach your 2 million from 200,000 on the slowest option of investment. I hope that makes sense. So if you can explore the buying of stocks, or we can call them shares, you can be able to do that. And maybe perhaps you do not have any idea of how you can go about it. That's why I always leave my number there. So you can pick that number and text me or call me. I'll be able to take you through step by step on how you can be able to invest or be able to buy shares and grow yourself. Are we together? Now, let's now move to the moderate way or the moderate period of time that you can be able to invest or be able to multiply this cash from 200,000 all the way to 2 million. Now, the moderate way, this is where now I want you to be involved. Are we together? This is not entirely money working for you. And again, I don't want you to fully put your money at risk. Remember, our budget is 200K. This is what I want you to do. You can get into the Airbnb business, or you can get into the tours and traveling business, tour and travels business. I know what you're about. Oh, Airbnb don't have money now. You want me to go? Tour is not enough to buy the beds, the dispenser, and the whatever. Please listen what I'm telling. I'm not telling you go to the Airbnb business directly. I'm saying you get into this business indirectly. Indirectly. What do I mean? This is you here with your 200,000. And of course, we have a lot of people here with their Airbnbs. We have a lot of people with their Airbnbs that they have already built. You yourself, you have 0 Airbnbs. You don't have anything. All what you have is the 200 and the idea that is Joseph is about to share with you. So what you can be able to do with your 200,000, first of all, you have to link up with these people, know what type of Airbnbs that they have and where they are located. And of course, target the Airbnbs with the areas where we have people who, or where we have the high demand of the Airbnbs. Now you have the data. For example, you know how you have in Kenya we call them bed sitter, but you can call them the studio. We have the 1Bs, you have the 2Bs, we have the beachfront ones. We have you have them. You know what is where.
Okay, so actually,
now after doing that,
actually there is a company called Rocket Crab. That is developing a satellite launch vehicle called Newton to compete with SpaceX. For last year, the company was selling for 7 to 8. Yeah. Those companies, even all these companies, will make money for you, uko nje, because I don't understand those markets well, but you always say, home. Okay. I will check that out. Thank you for the contributions, guys.
Now the 200K, you can use it to walking into these places. And we, of course, with your phone. If you do not have a good phone, you can go get maybe, let's say, 30K out of this money, and you buy yourself a good phone. Now you can walk into these places of these people where these Airbnbs are. You can record a very good, nice video. And then, of course, some of the revenue or some of the cash that is remaining here, you are using for transport. And of course, you are doing this at the beginning. Now, some of the cash
Yeah, I understand Kenya anafanya. There are ladies who have been making a lot of money with this. I know two ladies wana make do mingi sana na hii kumanijia watu my Airbnb. And that's a good way. It's you are making money. You are just solving a problem in the market. By the easiest way I've seen how to make money is identify a problem in your area or in your country or whatever problem you identify. Some people create demand for their products. Other people realize there is a demand. Like if you have a new product hatuelewi ni nini, you can create demand for it, which is very hard. But hizo sana hizo za juu. But for such ameenda akarealize kuna problem ya management. You have one unit, mwingine ako mbali na hiyo unit inamsumbua. So and you have the time and you can now manage for people. Yeah, basically that's
you can use it to do what we call you running ads. Okay, once you do what we call the running ads, this is where now the videos that you have uploaded or the videos.
And guys, kama uko na biz jifunze. In Kenya meta ads work, they work. Nimeshtuka how much they work. If you have a business or you're running something, teach yourself about these Facebook ads. Currently they work because majority of the people with the cash flow wako huko TikTok na wapi, they are there. So if you are good with Facebook,
you have recorded about those Airbnbs, of course, touching out the best areas or touching out the best things that they are getting once they actually go ahead and subscribe or be able to, book those Airbnbs. Now, those ads, you can run them either on Instagram, you can run them on TikTok. Nowadays, you can open a TikTok with even few followers, and then you can just sponsor your ad, and then you can decide how many views you want to be getting. And of course, those views, we can be able to have a canvas of people who can be able to subscribe to that. Because, for example, I'm making this video in July. We are moving towards the high demand months, whereby we require...
What ads work for rating gigs in US market? I don't know about the US market. I was just nini. But niko naona watu tukifanya SPSS. I don't know whether it's part of it. Tukifanya SPSS tulikuwa tunatumia Twitter. Tuna spam nini ma inbox za watu wanaongea hiyo topic. So ads for writing gigs hizo sijui. Yeah, there I don't know. I don't know about SPS. I don't know about writing gigs, but Twitter niko naona, you know writing sana ni students, and students are on Xworks. Mpaka saa hii kuna jamaa naonanga a very big construction influencer, an engineer, anajiita cerebral assassin, ako pale X. Naonanga once in a while anasema if you want to do some SPSS or that, ana post na thesis, anakufanyia hizo stuff. X I know works, but for if there is a certain demographic iko Facebook, if you have products for them, works a lot. When I was selling mboga na vitu na sukuma wiki na nyanya, hey, Facebook ilikuwa ina work miracles, guys. Facebook, value for your coin, it's incomparable with any other in Kenya. Let's focus on the US. Okay, we shall look for that. There is some guy alikuwa anatuelezea how to invest in the stock market in US.
These services are highly required. You get what I'm saying? Now, I didn't say you rent a place and you buy these things. I'm saying you link up with the people who have the Airbnbs. Now you are the one who is advertising these Airbnbs. Do not put their numbers there for them to be contacted. The business is gone. It is you to be contacted where these Airbnbs are. Are we together? Now, you know who has the Airbnbs and you know where it is, and you have the client. then you can be able to link up. Let's say you have the agreement. If let's say they are renting this Airbnb at 2,500, you can tell them. Now, because I'm making you the clients, you can be able to, after out on any Airbnb, you can give me 500. You get your 2K. After all, is the one you are the one who is catering for all the expenses in that Airbnb. So any booking you have yourself 500. Then you can, or you can have any kind of an arrangement that is there. Even if you tell these people, you know, your house is not booked, and we can work on a 50-50, or we can work on a 60-50, 60-40%. That way we can be able to earn something, you know, with like in this world, you need to know how to negotiate yourself. That is how you get yourself. You can run TikTok ads, you can run YouTube ads, you can run Facebook ads, you can run Instagram ads, advertising. You can be known for as an Airbnb guy, and then that way you're making some cash. You've not used your money, you've not used your houses, you've not rented anything.
Cyprian, are you in the US or in Kenya? Because I heard that you need to also open a US company or something like that. Huh? Are you in the US or any? Because we would like to know. We'd like to know how you go. Okay, you have said. Okay, so how will they verify you? For the address verification, utility bill utapata aje? Okay, thank you. How will you get it? The utility bill.
You're only linking up, okay? It's like being a broker in a professional way. Now,
so how the address? Are they verifying whether you are in the US or you are in Kenya? Just the normal one. So there's someone alikuwa anatuambia you have to be in the US physically to invest in the stock market. I don't remember who was saying that, but this is good information, guys. This is a nugget of information we didn't have when wataona hapa. Thank you Cyprian. To invest you use open I use IBKR. You need a utility bill for address verification. No. Okay. Good information. This I didn't know. Wow, this I didn't know. If Finance Frontiers is here, I remember he was in that discussion. Finance Frontiers can comment on this. I remember to have that discussion, he was here. He can also comment on this. I recall he was here.
On the tours and
thank you, Cyprian.
This is where
thank
now
you.
You also do the same.
That's a nugget of information we didn't have.
You link up with the people who have these values, can give you a special package whereby now you're going to add whatever you're going to add to your clients. But of course, you the theoretical things at point. And of course, at all the time, it is easier said than done. Of course. Anyway, now we are done with the moderate way. This sounds kind of logical, isn't it? Good. Now, what if you want to multiply this money at a faster rate? Then you can go the faster way. Now, the faster way, this is where now you get into the... Remember, the first option, you are not involved. You invest your money, you go do your things. Nobody's calling you, you're not involved. The moderate one, you are slightly involved in one.
I will definitely open that account. Na nitaanza kuinvest if it's that easy. What's the minimum number of shares you can invest in? Ama there is the minimum amount. You can also share that with us. Umesema IBKR. Let me try that. Do they have a minimum number of shares or something like that?
Way or the other, or let's say you are involved. But now this one, you are fully involved. Now, this is now when you do the business directly. For example, you can have a mini mini kind of a business, and you're selling some commodities and products or services online. It depends. If you are good at a particular thing, you can sell your services online. Or if you're not good at a particular of course, I know you must be good at a particular thing. Or you can decide to sell some products. For example, you can decide to go to Alibaba, or you can decide to buy some things online. And then once you buy online, you stop them. For example, you can decide to be selling.
So basically, it's or whatever you're saying makes sense. Sometimes we create the same number of content. Okay, thank you, good Joseph. You make sense. You're making sense. You're making sense. Sometimes it's good. Thank you. Yeah. Comment on it, Finance Frontiers. I remember we were discussing about investing on the US na ulikuwa. it's kesho we shall be okay. This week, tomorrow we are talking about nini inaitangwaje, all the professionals you need in construction, and then when you need them, why you need them, and how to know that you have gotten value for your money. So like now, obviously you need a professional, an architect for this, kukupatia design, an engineer for the structural engineer. These are things that are known, but during construction and kuna kuangana site visits hufanywa na these people if you are doing a self build. Hata kama ufanyi self build, and contractors wanatafutanga engineers and architects kukuja and all that. So that will be tomorrow's topic. Tuesday's topic will be scams in construction industry. So Monday and Tuesday imeshapangwa. So Monday ni professionals you need, when, why and where, kila kitu in construction, and then scams in construction. And then on Wednesday, that was hata wacha tu nione, I may either do the second step of construction. We did the first step of construction a few weeks ago. Tukasema this is the first step of construction you do. So basically those are the three the plans for the week. Nimefikisha Wednesday so far, or Tuesday. Wednesday bado nafikiria, sijapanga. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, finance frontiers, you can comment. We are waiting for that. Yeah. So, and guys, if you have a topic to discuss, then let's swing it. If you have something. Okay, if you exclusively live in Kenya, use ABKL and use the utility bill using a local government bill from Kenya that is recognizable all in the world government can be traced back, it will work. Okay, na kuna mtu alikuwa anatuambia mambo ya kampuni. You remember that discussion we had? Paka kwanza nikashtuka, nikachanganikiwa kidogo. But I knew people are investing in Kenya that day when you are talking that topic, but venye sikuwa na that information on how to go about it. Yeah, thank you guys, man. Sometimes hata kama napiga kelele hapa mnatusaidia. You guys are this is a gem, man. You're giving us there is so much information here. Good information. So today we are just winging it. Ukipata kakitu unaweza tuambia. If you want to invest in the US, as in like you are living in the US, do the following steps below. Okay. Tupatie hizo steps kama saa hivyo, and then sasa tuanze kuna this guy anajiita Safari with Danny, amefanya this video. As we are waiting for our guy here to respond to us. Okay. Yes, watu wanajenga. You remember the house we are reacting to yesterday, Karen? Hiyo nyumba ilinipatia stress kidogo. Ilikuwa supu sana. Umeshaiona nyumba unanyamaza tu. Okay. Does this guy make trips inside the houses ama tu anaonyeshananga nje ya nyumba? Kwambia Kenya ni wewe una pesa. Watu wako na pesa.
Hello guys. Welcome to this episode, and today we are taking you somewhere very special. It's been a while since we took you to an exclusive one. Today we take you to one of the most exclusive gated communities in Kiambu County. This is Daikyo Bustani. Let's go.
No, it's just walking around the
Suburban
estate.
peace.
Okay, nothing much. I thought kuna house tour. Sorry guys, I thought kuna house tour is because of the way nilikuwa nimeona. And if guys you want us to react or comment on something, you can also tell us. Jana tulikuwa tuna react on the cheap and the expensive things you can do in Kenya. Yeah, the houses, the cheap and expensive houses, Kenya. Wow. Okay. Okay. So Finance Frontiers, I'm still waiting for you. Okay, number one, amesema open a BZ account, not affiliate, but they are good. Will cost you or around and they form a company and address and they file tax number and get your bank account, IHS bank. Okay. So this guys, what Finance Frontiers is telling us, and you please, whatever you get from this channel, go and verify for yourself. This is just a discussion. So these nuggets of information that me sielewi, but there are guys here like Finance Frontiers does good work. So anatuambia go open a BZ account, not afraid, but they are good. It will cost you all around and they form a company and address and they file a tax number and get your bank account in Chase. Okay. Sundays are just silent. Kuko too silent. I feel na feel nafaa kujichangamsha kidogo. Guys, do you guys have any other question? Or something to add? Okay, number 2, form a holding company in Kenya and make it own the LLC in the USA as part of its portfolio. You can also put your other companies in Kenya you have. It's the entire job entitled for holding. Okay. Lakini hizi ni kazi mingi tu kuinvest. See the easier way ni hii ya nini? Hii ya jamaa wetu anajiita Cyprian. Hii yako Finance Frontiers ni kazi mingi. Unajua opening a company or an LLC in Kenya, what comes with it? Inakuja na stories zingine. Guys, by the way, did you see what Morara Kebaso was saying about politics? Did you see what alikuwa anaambia Kibe? Anyone have seen that? Venye alikuwa anasema venye nini wamemtesa KRA venye imempeleka. I saw that video. I was like, acha. If you haven't seen it, let's watch it.
And I'll just explain to you based on. Lakini sasa hii kitu, it comes at a very high personal cost. I just want to explain to you what my life is now because of politics. And I'll just explain to you based on KRA peke yake. Yani nataka tu nikueleze tu KRA what it did to my life. KRA came after me for taxes.
KRA ni
Taxes that
wabaya.
I paid or that I was not even due to pay yet. They said that I should have registered for VAT in 2021.
Na history ya VAT wacha nisikufiche, wanagonganga mtu nayo because they are history ya VAT guys, history ya VAT wanagonganga mtu nayo. Nitawaeleza in detail how wanaweza. By the way, if you are starting a business today, and you have hopes of growth, unajua sometimes unazaa tu biashara na nini na ni these fresh businesses, not big. Unajua kuna fresh businesses like a hardware, it may be profitable or not, spare parts or these supermarkets, those shops hizi biashara za kumo zenye gava inamulikanga sana ama watu wanaonanga ziko na pesa. Si lazima zikuwe na pesa, but people think they have money, and sometimes they have money also. If there is something the government can frustrate you with, ni VAT. Here I can give you an assurance.
So they backdated my registration for VAT back to 2021 and forced registered me for VAT at that time. And then they presumed my income back to that time. Then they calculated some funny calculation and came up with, I haven't paid taxes on a revenue of 187 million and I owe them 27 million.
Okay, acha tusikize.
I tried to oppose this at KRA and even got a lawyer. I got an accountant to katengeneza documents. These guys went ahead to issue a tax assessment. Now, for any tax expert who is here, they know what it means when a tax assessment has been issued to you. Inamaanisha yani ni notice ulipe.
Ya wanakambua kabisa.
They blocked my PIN.
Well,
I can't buy a car. Ile nilikuwa nishanunua ndio
finance
niko nayo.
nitakamka hiyo point yako.
I can't buy any other new car. I can't buy a land.
You're talking about then or now?
Now, right now, as I'm speaking now, siwezi nunua shamba. Sijui nitahitaji KRA PIN ndio ni transfer title deed na ndio nilipe stamp duty na siwezi.
Na mbona usipigie ule
These guys-
wako State House mwambie bro ni aje si usoti issue.
They cancelled my tax compliance certificate.
Kibera mwambia si I kupigana na a government that is sitting, especially if you are genuinely fighting them. I don't know his motives ama nini. Wanaweza kufrustrate mpaka ibidi uende kwa uwabeg. It needs being a leader needs a lot of guts and stamina. Juu kijana kama amekapitia hivyo, you can imagine ukiambia uko na deni ya and you know ile hesabu KRA. So as I was saying about VAT, nowadays sasa wameintroduced an overtax. So if you are not registered in VAT in Kenya today, you are just unaingia direct kwa turnover tax. Hiyo inanga story. So kama biashara yako iko kwa VAT, unaingia kwa turnover tax. And how these guys naonanga KRA ni noma. KRA wakikuamulia ni mitego huwezi jitoa. And they are na kesi yao ni ngumu sana KRA ishinda kesi kwa courts because they come with data and figures. And hiyo story yake ya kubackdate hiyo VAT, hapo pengine corruption imefanyika, but when it comes to VAT wanaweza enda kwa bank statements, money in and money out of your account, wa predetermine all those were sales, hata kama zingine hazikuwa sales. Wa predetermine all his accounts in this year, na pengine ni wetu unacheza na pesa kutoa hii bank hivyo all them hiyo unasikia 187 million, the 187 million hiyo yenye anahesabiwa, chances are hata kama hazikuwa sales ni pesa ilipitia kwa bank account zake in unison zote. I'm pretty sure that or something because KRA bana. Okay, acha tuendelee na history ya huyu jamaa finance frontiers. I come back to that.
They cancelled my tax compliance certificate. I was supposed to go to China this month. This is July. I was supposed to go to China. Na si matembezi, nilikuwa naenda kibiashara because some of the things I use, they come from China. I need to go get better prices and so on and so forth. I can't go because my visa needs a tax compliance certificate, which I can't get. Nimejaribu kupata good conduct kutoka DCI msee. Hakuna mtu amewahi zungushwa kama mimi. Nilianza Huduma Center ni kutafuta good conduct. Nikatumwa DCI. Nimeenda DCI paka yani nimechoka. I just left it alone. Hiyo KRA imeharibu maisha yangu completely. My bank account, you know I can't have a bank account. I can't open a new bank account, and the bank account yenye niko nayo siwezi weka pesa. Because nikiweka pesa, the first payee is KRA. Inakatwa tu remitted to KRA. So hata siwezi weka do na siwezi fungua account mpya. Inamaanisha niongee na Kibe anisaidia account yake. Manze Kibe, kuna kapesa na expect kutoka mahali fulani, kuna client ananilipa, wacha ikuje kwa account yako hata kama utacharge ka interest. I'm operating like a criminal, yet I do legit business in this country. Mimi si mwizi, siuzi fake gold, siuzi cocaine, sina brothel, sifanyi sex trafficking, sifanyi human trafficking. Mimi nauza viti. I'm literally a carpenter. Carpenter kabisa. Ni vile sasa mimi ni upgraded carpenter juu natengeneza furniture on large scale. But I can't. That's how much it has messed up my life.
Wow. Kijana kijana amekapitia, kama ni ukweli amekapitia. So let's go back to what we are talking about, investing abroad. So first of all, Finance Frontiers ametuambia if you want to invest in the US, as in like you are living in the US, like sasa uko Kenya na unataka kuinvest kama mtu anaishi USA, open a BZ account. That's number one. But they not affiliate, anasema not affiliate, but wako sawa. So basically anasema wako sawa, and they will good. It will cost you all round, and they will form a company and address, and they will file tax number and get your bank account, Chase Bank. Form a holding company in Kenya and make it, this is number 2, and make it own the LLC in the USA as part of its portfolio. You can also put your other companies in Kenya you have. It's the entire job entitled for the unholding. Number 3, let's form a trust in Kenya as the primary director of the trustee, and set a beneficiary as a company or family company office that can own an LLC. Wow, okay. It's wrong, but if you are investing in big time companies with lots of money in the millions, it's always safer to do this, since the USA rule will protect you as an investor. It's not stressful. It will take you about 6 months. The LLC are formed by Bize to Delaware County in the, na nilisikia kuna stories na Delaware. Why are companies moving from Delaware? I heard why companies moving from Delaware. Why are companies in the USA moving from Delaware? There must be a reason. Have you heard of that? Nimeona kampuni zikihamahama Delaware. What's okay, it's because zamani it was the best place to incorporate your business, but nimeona watu wakisema companies are moving away from Delaware. Companies are moving their incorporation from Delaware to other states due to a combination factors, including a perceived shift in the state's legal landscape, concerns about corporate governance, and desire for more business-friendly environment elsewhere. So it's all about the judicial decisions, scrutiny, evolving precedent, Okay, just check. Yeah, you can na watu wengi wanaenda Miami na Texas. I don't know why. These people in the USA can tell us, but nimeona headlines. So many companies moving away from Delaware. So many they are moving. It was the best place to incorporate your business in the US some time back, and then all of a sudden nikaona watu wanasema si hapa. Okay. So and the good thing is okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Finance Frontiers, for those small nuggets of information. We like it. Anytime mtu anatuchangia kitu hatuelewi na kitu hatujui. Yeah, and if you are willing to join the live, you can as well join us. We really appreciate this, man. Yeah. Leo nakaa nimebit. Si mnaona hivyo? Siko na hiyo, I guess wiki imenikibisha kidogo. Knows we still have lives other than this portion. Kawiki kamenikibisha. Yeah, and I feel tired, but I had committed to do it even earlier today. Then kafeel mwili iko sawa, acha tu nifanye the normal time, acha tu nifanye hii live the normal time. Niko nasema leo tutaifanya 4 ama 3 ikitoka church, watu wakitoka church tukam maliza shughuli zangu. Hiyo time kufika, nikaenda tu nikadoze nienda tu nikajiekelea kwa kiti. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, leo ni resting day, so if there is nothing more, we can just talk tomorrow or any other day. And yeah, I appreciate everyone who take their time to watch us, comment and participate. Thank you even for the DMs you're giving me. I appreciate sana. So the topics for tomorrow and Tuesday. Tomorrow we are talking about the professionals you need in construction, when and where and why, yeah, and also payments, how much you should be paying them. Sometimes wengine ni more expensive for no reason, yeah. Yes, and sometimes if you feel that wanakulipisha cheaper, also it's good to ask yourself why are you kwa nini nalipa hii pesa kidogo? Yeah, there must be something. So the professional fees basically, na nini una expect hiyo mtu akupatie the services. We have a guest also, and a guest or guests watusaidie. I have an architect and an engineer, so we try to have that. Next we also tutafanya nini pia next. We shall also on Tuesday tutafanya scams in construction, scams zenye zinafanyikanga in construction, and there are many form, how not to lose your money. So far that's the plan for the week, and then I will update you the other structured conversation we shall be having during the course of the week. As we said, tumalizie hii month na psych. I had committed we shall be having a daily show every day on this month. Sikuweza kumanage, I have skipped 4 days, but at least tumeenda, other than the first 2 shows zenye siku zilikuwa trial the first weekend. Sahi tuko day 20, tumefanya 22 shows, so we have skipped 4 days. So thank you for everyone who has been participating. Yeah, we really appreciate that, man. Tuna appreciate sana. Yeah, from the bottom of my heart. See you kesho. Bye guys.